The next series of The Crown is facing a backlash from royal circles over claims that some scenes have been entirely made up. Friends of King Charles have called for a boycott of the series, saying it smears the new monarch and is set to be part of a double whammy Netflix assault on the royal family, as the release of Harry and Meghan's documentary is coming hot on its heels.
It's a work of fiction, but of course people are getting upset because certain people think it's true, certain generations may think it's got more credence than it has.
Season 5 is set to show Charles plotting to oust the Queen and suggesting that she deserves to be thrown in jail, both things that his allies say definitely never happened. John Major, who was Prime Minister at the time, has called it a barrel load of nonsense. For its part, Netflix say The Crown has always been presented as drama and a fictionalised version of what may have happened behind closed doors. But previous episodes have also rocked the royal boat. Here's some of the most contested scenes from the show. In Season 4 of The Crown, Charles was seen sleeping with Camilla the night before his wedding to Diana, a dramatisation that has been trashed by royal experts and dubbed categorically untrue. Charles and Camilla started dating in 1971, and while their romance was short-lived, they remained friends, even after Camilla wed Andrew Parker Bowles in 1973 and Charles married Diana in 1981. While there were rumours the pair had rekindled their romance in the 70s, Charles has insisted that relationship did not restart until the late 80s, after the breakdown of his marriage. David Dimbleby's biography of Charles reports that he and Camilla had virtually no contact between 1981 and 1986, mixing only in social circles. Elsewhere in Season 4, Charles and Diana are depicted having an unhappy tour of Australia in 1983, where Charles complains to Camilla that his wife is pathetic. However, royal photographer Arthur Edwards has insisted that the couple couldn't keep their hands off each other on the tour. Another scene shows Charles telling Diana to pull it together when she struggles to climb Ayers Rock. However, it was clear Diana's issues were down to her outfit, a pair of flats teamed with an elegant white dress, more than fatigue. Artistic licence also seems to be taken in scenes showing Diana throwing a tantrum after Charles is scornful of her decision to bring William with them on tour. In fact, bringing their eldest child on tour was welcomed as revolutionary, and the tour schedule did not have to change to make it possible, as the show depicts.
I've spoken to people in the recent book I wrote about Prince William who were there at the time, and they were there on the farmstead where William stayed whilst which Diana and Charles toured the country, and they were very happy.
Despite this, it was a difficult time for Diana, who battled postpartum depression after William was born and was also struggling with an eating disorder. The show depicts Charles becoming increasingly resentful of Diana's popularity, at one point telling her, "Thanks to you, people are laughing at me and booing in my face." He certainly joked about his wife's skyrocketing popularity in real life. He once told a dinner, "I've come to the conclusion that it really would have been far easier to have two wives to have covered both sides of the street. I could have walked down the middle directing the operation." And Diana also acknowledged jealousy, later saying, "He took it out on me. He was jealous. I understood the jealousy, but I couldn't explain that I didn't ask for it." The show also depicts Charles slamming Diana, saying a grotesque, mortifying display had nothing to do with me or my happiness, after she danced on stage with Wayne Sleep at his 37th birthday gala. Daily Mail royal expert Richard Kay says at this event that Charles was indeed not terribly impressed. He thought it was showing off. The show's depiction of Charles and Diana growing apart is certainly dramatic, but is it too over the top? The Crown depicts the Queen telling Charles and Diana that their marriage cannot be allowed to fail. Philip is also seen threatening Diana not to end their union, saying, "I wouldn't do that if I were you. Let's just say I can't see it ending well for you." Such a blatant reference to conspiracy theories surrounding Diana's death certainly raised hackles. In reality, while Philip was part of many attempts to heal Charles's and Diana's marriage, often in blunt language, the suggestion that he would make such a threat is a step too far for many. And according to royal butler Paul Burrell, the Queen eventually wrote Diana advising her to divorce. Season 3 of The Crown shows Philip desperately trying to avoid hosting his elderly mother at Buckingham Palace after rescuing her from Greece, refusing to even visit her when she arrived. However, historian Hugo Vickers has said that Philip desperately tried to persuade Princess Alice to join him at the palace and set her up in a lavish room, not a dingy back corridor as portrayed in The Crown. So when The Crown's latest series depicts Charles plotting to dispose his mother, saying she would be thrown in jail, and shows the Prime Minister calling them deluded, watch it with a pinch of salt.